just a reminder, the royal family is granted absolute protection from public scrutiny in a controversial legal reform designed to draw a veil of secrecy over the affairs of the Queen, Prince Charles and Prince William. With the elite paedophile ring now being exposed in the UK, all roads are leading to the British royal family. Some claim this law was passed to keep this connection hidden, but as we now know, Prince Charles's favourite was Jimmy Savile, who is the biggest paedophile and necrophiliac in modern British history.
A teenage boy working at Buckingham Palace revealed he was groomed and sexually abused by a VIP paedophile ring there. The lad was also assaulted at the royal family's Scottish retreat Balmoral. In a heartbreaking note, the boy, then just 16, told how he was the victim of exploitation of the highest order. The disturbing account was passed directly to the then Home Secretary Leon Britton, but he ruled it was not practical to investigate. Palace officials have already been linked to the notorious brothel, the Elm Guesthouse in southwest London. It was first in 2008 that news about deep roots of paedophilia inside Buckingham Palace emerged. Former Buckingham Palace butler was unmasked as a sexual predator who ran a paedophile ring while serving the royal family. Bachelor Paul Kidd, 55, was leading a secret double life as a serial child abuser who molested a string of boys over a 30-year period.
Well, it seems that in Great Britain, protecting paedophile politicians is now turning to a matter of national security. Those with the sickest minds and who wish to act upon their destructive fantasies understand that they can most easily get away with their deeds if they are protected by an aura of power and ostensible respectability.
Let's talk about Rolf Harris. Let's talk about Savile OBE. Let's talk about Stuart Hall OBE. Mr. Cameron, let's talk. In the words of Johnny Rotten, have you ever felt cheated?
When you arrest someone, that doesn't scare them away from it, at least within Anonymous. It just sort of makes them more motivated and sort of more passionate and more angry.
We are Anonymous. We are Legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us. We are not fucking playing.
They're ghostly, they're spectral, they're mysterious, they're controversial, they're radical. It's a protest movement.
You can either be a farmer or join a politically motivated global hacking collective.
We are Anonymous.
What you're looking at here, in combination of all these things, is a new model on how to fight back. You have to take action into your hands. Direct, peaceful resistance.
None of these targets were particularly difficult to hack. A 3-year-old could do it. I mean, Senate.gov was one of the simplest hacks ever pulled off. It was like the 90s called, it wants its security vulnerabilities back. Quite frankly, hackers get bored, and there's nothing more dangerous than a bored hacker, because they'll make themselves not bored very quickly.
This is CNN Breaking News.
Now, in response, the largest attack ever by the hacktivist group Anonymous. They attacked and successfully shut down the sites for the U.S. Department of Justice, the U.S. Copyright Office, Universal Music Group, the Recording Industry Association of America, and
Personally, this doesn't end. This is my life's work at this point.
I think the most important thing is to realize that you can accomplish something. You know, I know sometimes you just feel powerless, that you're one small person in this world of big corporations and big evil people and big media companies and so on. There's just nothing you can do. But the fact is, a lot of the reason it seems like that is because people feel powerless. People are afraid to do anything. You know, for a long time I watched the news and all I saw was this corporate propaganda and this kind of anti-activism attacks, and I thought, you know, the news media was just inevitably biased against us, that there was just no hope, that the only solution was to create alternative news streams. Now at the P-Trip I found, it's not that the news media is inevitably biased against us. It's that, reporters like all of us are just kind of lazy. They report the stories that people give them, and there are huge companies that are willing to write up stories for them and hand them to them on a silver platter, so all they have to do is type them up. Of course they're going to do that. And it turned out when we did the same thing, when we started writing press releases and we started going to reporters and pitching them stories, they were just as happy to write about us as they were about Coca-Cola. And so, because I had believed so long that change was impossible, it precluded me from taking any actions that could have caused that change. And so I think the first step for everyone out there is just to believe that you can accomplish something. Because once you believe that, you're half the way to actually doing something.
We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.
All my comrades still out there in the struggle, keep doing your thing. It brings me great joy to hear about big shot corporations and government systems being hacked, having all their details exposed to the world.